Hi, in this lesson we're going to learn two new chords, the D major and the A7. Now up until now we learned three chords, the C, G and G7, and these were simple chords using only the first three strings, 1, 2, 3, without any bass. The bass strings are the 6th string, 5th string and the 4th string. These will make the sound of the chord more fuller because the nature of the bass strings. So these two chords, the D and the A7, are not the simple version. They are the full version, or the complete one, the open chords. So we'll start with the D. It's a 4 strings chord. The first string is the 4th string open. We're not going to hold anything on this one. We're just going to leave it open. And now with finger number 1, we're going to hold the 3rd string, 2nd fret. We're going to skip the 2nd string for now and go to the 1st string, fret number 2. So I have my fingers now on both the 2nd fret, on the 3rd string and the 1st string. Now with the 3rd finger, I'm going to put it on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. So you can see now we are holding the chord like the chord diagram. And in the chord diagram, you'll see the 6th and the 5th string have X's, mean we don't play the 6th and the 5th string. We start from the 4th string like this. Again. Now, the same problem will happen to you, which is on the 1st string. And again, the reason is that the 3rd finger is touching the 1st string. This will happen to you, don't worry. So to do this again, your left hand thumb needs to be a little bit down in order to make some room under the 3rd finger. So it's just the position of the hand from this to this one, okay? Just try to keep your thumb, your left hand thumb, straight behind the 2nd fret. So this will force the 3rd finger to move in the correct position. If this didn't happen on the spot, don't worry, it will. Just try to get used to the shape of the chord and memorize the shape of the chord. So let's try it again one more time. So we start with 1st finger on the 3rd string, then the 2nd finger on the 1st string, and finally the 3rd finger on the 2nd string. And you can memorize it by the shape, this triangle shape. And most important, when you play from the D, because that's what we call the root note. The chord is called D, and this is the D note. Try not to play from the 5th. It sounds a little bit off, but when you play from the 6th, it will sound really out of tune. It does not belong, this note this note does not belong to this chord. So try to stick with the 4th string open. Now let's talk about the A7 chord. Let's finger the 1st and the 2nd finger only of the D major, all right? This is just the first 2 fingers. Leave the 3rd finger out. I want you to move these 2 fingers as a block, 1 string up, and then play from the 5th string, and that will be the A7 chord. Again, like I said, the chords are divided into families. The 7th chords are more like a jazz chords. The major chords are the happy chords. You can see how the sound is very different from the major, how it's resolved, and here. Now some people hold this chord with finger 2 and 3. Both are correct, depends actually where you're going from, or which chord you're going to play next, or which chord you were playing before the chord A7. but you'll find these all over the guitar chords. Some chords have 2, 3, 4 fingering, and some chords like the D has only 1 finger, or the full C major, as we're going to study it later. So A7, finger 1 and finger 2, same as the D, you just need to move it 1 string up. Again, if this happened to you, that means you are leaning on the strings, or your thumb is too high. You just need to adjust your hand and it will be clear. You can adjust your hand and play the first string until you find the correct position, and try to stick to this position. Okay, time to play these chords and to change between them. Now, in the exercise, we have 3 strums in every bar. That's in 3/4. Now, instead of playing 3 strums, we're going to play 1 strum only every 3 clicks on 60 beats per minute, like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And that's to make a little bit time for you to change between the chords. So you have 3 clicks to change between the chords, and we're only going to play the D and the A7. So 60 clicks per minute. 1, 2, 3. Change to A7. Back to D now. A7. And back to D. Okay, so you saw me how I change between the D and the A7. You just take the 3rd finger off from the D and move the 2 fingers up. And then from A7 to D, you take the 2 fingers down and put the 3rd finger in place, and you have the D major chord. So it's really just this technique here to change between the A7 and the D major. Again, you can take your time and play with the left hand only, just practicing taking the 3rd finger off, move the 2 fingers up, and then move the 2 fingers down and add the 3rd finger without any strumming, without worrying about the tone or the quality of the sound. We're just practicing the fingers like this. You can do this for a minute or 2 minutes, and you'll be amazed of the results you will get when you do these drills. You know, just the silent drills without worrying about anything. You're only focusing on the left hand fingering and the left hand position. Practice changing between these 2 chords very smoothly, very slowly, and I will see you in the next video where we're going to take the chord check number 2 and play all the chords we learned so far, which are the C, G, G7, and of course the A7 and the D. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.